My name's Katrina Messenger, but Caroline Kenner did all the heavy lifting. Caroline, Casey, and I are just riding along, having a good time. It's been a wonderful ride. But apparently I have some words to say to you. Spirit spoken. Apparently I have a message. Thus my name. But here's the message. We are all somewhat aware of the areas of our earth that is experiencing violence, such as the Gaza Strip, India with Pakistan, Iraq and Afghanistan, and even in Darfur. We are well aware of the challenges we face in our country with the global economic crisis and the abysmal state of our healthcare system, and the crisis within our political system, because it ain't over yet. We are also aware of all the challenges we face as a species with the growing toxic load in our water, our air, and our soil. We may even be aware of how all of this has affected each of us and tainted our dreams and our hopes for the future. Then suddenly, on the horizon, there is a rising level of hope and optimism, rising like the golden sun, evoking the ancient qualities of the solar king. We have in our incoming president all the mythical qualities of the day reborn. But this constellation appears not only in our political system, it has resonance within our individual and collective psyches. In short, we have crossed the threshold as a people, as a culture, as a planet. And up in that celestial vault of our highest ideals, it is morning again, and the sun does rise. It is morning again, and the sun does rise.
Here comes the sun.
Let us approach this gleaming temple and lay on this altar all of our brightest dreams and hopes. And remember, it is not Obama that rises in the bright sky of our ancient memories. It is all of us reawakened from our slumber of despair. Here's where we build our sacred shrine. Here, in the presence of the gods and the ancestors, we charge ourselves with the work of turning this great cosmic wheel toward the horizon. This is where we step up. Many of us keep talking about as if the change starts tomorrow, or as if the change started in November, or as the change started whenever that long primary season began. But it began as soon as you woke up and thought there is hope. Whenever you turned around and said, you know what? It might actually work. It might happen. I'm 53 years old. I'm not hardly the oldest one here, but I never dreamed for a moment that this country would feel this good after an election.
Yeah. Right.
I want you to think about that. When's the last time any of us felt this good after an election? Never. Never. This has something to do more than with who is in office. This is the work of the ancients. This is the promise reborn. This is the turning of the wheel. This is the beginning of the real new age, little n, little a. What I'm talking about is that we are the ones. People keep attributing it to everybody, but there's an ancient saying that says we are the ones we've been waiting for. But here is the time, here is the place for us to allow our sun to rise. And the sun rises, it doesn't make a distinction between the things we'd like to see and the things we don't want to see. It shows it all clearly and it bathes in the light so we know what to do with it. We've been traveling as a people through the underworld. We've been traveling, eating dust and drinking dirty water. We've been looking around at everyone else saying, you're no good to me. You haven't done anything for me. We've been living and breathing in the waters and the dirt of Ereshkigal in the underworld. Putting ourselves close together saying, oh my insides, oh my outsides. Well, guess what? The Galatur and Kagara have arrived. And they have brought with them the spirit of life, the waters of life, and the food of life. And we have dared to taste that food. We have dared to drink those waters. Because this is the place. This is the place where we join hands and we walk up from that dark despair. And we open our eyes, we open our hearts, and we look around at people when we say, it's not just about me. It's about all of us. The water you poison there flows to me. The water I poison here flows to you. And if I don't get to eat the best bread, let's make sure all of us get to eat something. It's us looking out for each other. There is a wonderful thing in this world, and I've had a chance to experience it, when people come together in the middle of trauma and say, let us all take care of each other. Why do we need to wait till everything falls apart? Let's start doing it now. Let's start reaching out now. Let's start holding together now. Let us all walk up. Let us all wake up. Let us all start marching up that mountain, back to the top and back into the sunshine. We need to all come there, because if we are sitting around for Barack Hussein Obama to make our world better, we are missing an opportunity that we have to change the world. And I'm not talking about some abstract world, utopia out there. I'm talking about this world. There are concrete things we can do every day of our lives to make a change, even if within our own very soul. But here's the thing. We have to be willing to accept the parts of ourselves that are not so great, and we're going to have to be willing to accept the things about others that are not so great. Because you know what? We don't get there trying to be pure. We get there trying to be real. And we as pagans, we know about paradox. We can stand in those places where it seems like nothing comes together, and we dance. And I want you to all just look inside yourself and find that paradox that you're holding. That paradox that says, yes, I can support a president who maybe invited a person I didn't like to speak. I can support a president who maybe didn't quite say what I wanted him to say about marriage. And maybe you can say, I'm going to support a neighbor who puts up a flag that looks like a Southern Dixie flag. Or I'm going to listen to a person who talks about people and look at them and find love and say, you know, brother, you know, sister, that ain't right. I'm going to take it upon myself to stand in that paradox, to find love, not only within me, but around me. There's a beautiful song that says that beauty is before me. And beauty is behind me. And I see beauty on my left side, on my right side. I see beauty above me and below me. I see beauty all around me. And that is only possible if you start from love, if you start that you are the solar king. You are the sun reborn. You are the light that's coming back. You are, in fact, the mythical Sun King returning to the land. Let us all remember our role, remember our part, that we cannot win. There is no winning. There is thriving. There is evolution. There is rebirth. So when Obama takes office, yes, that is a historic occasion. And as the daughter and the granddaughter of people who had to pick cotton, I got to tell you, it's a big deal to me. But don't you ever forget that it is not him that we should be most excited for. It is us.